buckle up, because it's gonna be a long ride. It's gonna be a wild ride. Nobody cares, but we're gonna tell you anyways. This is Popcorn Chats. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Popcorn Chats. I'm McKay, and Katie just took a bite of veggie nugget right as it was time to say that. But
I'm Katie.
And today we are kicking off what Katie and I are so excited for this new year is our Euphoria coverage. We are going to be covering every single episode of season 2 of Euphoria as it comes out each week. As some of you know, OG Popcorn Chat people, Euphoria was one of the reasons that we started this podcast to begin with, was because we wanted to talk about this show specifically, and we were talking about it on our own, and we were like, we should make this into a podcast. And obviously we started this after season 1 was already done, but now season 2 is upon us, and I'm excited to do like episode by episode breakdowns.
Yeah, because if any show needs an episode by episode breakdown, it's this.
Mm-hmm.
This is a perfect show to do that with. And yeah, I'm just so excited to really just get into something. We've never really done this before, where we do a full focus on one subject. Yeah, this is what we're going to be doing for the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
Foreseeable future, like 9 weeks.
Probably.
As they come out every Sunday. This is going to be a Euphoria podcast for the foreseeable future.
Exciting.
Until season 2 is done. So we hope you guys enjoy it. We hope that we go through this ride of season 2 together, because I think it's definitely going to be a ride.
Yes.
Lots of unexpected, lots of twists and turns. So let's jump right in.
Yeah.
Well, check in. How are you?
Well, it's also our first episode of the new year.
Yeah.
So,
Happy New Year.
Hello. Happy New Year.
Hello. Hi. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're already watched.
Check in. Same old, same fucking old. Not much new to report. I don't do New Year's resolutions. So my only thing this new year is that I need to have a completed first draft done of one of the books.
Yeah, babe.
One of my books.
Yeah.
Because I keep on jumping around on what I started. Like, I get stuck on one, I jump to another. I get stuck on that one, I jump to another. And no. I need to just make myself sit down and just purge everything to have one completed draft.
Yeah.
So that's my big thing for the new year. And especially like the first 6 months, because I'd like to have that done within 6 months and then have like the latter half of the year to like work on it more. So anyways, that's my only thing. I don't need to talk anymore because I'm ready to jump in. But that's my check-in.
I'm proud of you for that.
All right. Thank you.
That's really relatable. Since finishing my first feature screenplay, I have yet to finish anything else. I have a pilot in the works. I have several features in the works. I have ideas for a short film that I want to write. But it's like nothing's catching, nothing is completing, and I'm just like kind of going into this new year with the goal of let's finish something else. And the fear of mediocrity is very like inhibiting for me. I need something to be perfect, otherwise I don't even want to try it.
Yeah.
Which is impossible when you're a writer. Like, you have to write shit first, and then it eventually turns into something good when you revise. And that's just really hard for me. I don't really vibe. I move in a literal month, and I have a lot of emotions regarding that. I'm moving across country to Los Angeles. So as you can imagine, it's a very big change. I'm very sad. I'm trying to like hang out with everybody that I love here before I go, make as much money before I go, because obviously that city sucks the money out of everybody that ventures there. And yeah, but I'm very excited, and I'm trying to let my excitement soothe my anxieties, which is working. So yeah, that's really all I have to report. I fucking blacked on New Year's Eve, baby. I still got bruises.
She did, in fact. You fell on your elbow really hard.
Yeah, that is, do you see that? It's like green.
That like discolor. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, ouch. And then when I was like, is your elbow okay? And you're like, why? I was like, oh no.
Yeah. So we rang in the new year in the bathroom. But it was fine, right? Sort of. I mean, there was a snowstorm.
I expect mediocrity from New Year's Eve. Yeah. It's not, I will say, I've said it before and I said it, it's not fun when you're single. Like, it's literally a very unfun holiday. Like, there's nothing fun about it when you're single. So it's about what I expected it to be like.
Yeah. Well, speaking of New Year's Eve, let's get into this.
Yeah.
Season 2 premiere of Euphoria.
Before we jump in, Katie and I were going to do like a season 1 recap, kind of like what we were looking forward to in season 2. And we didn't end up doing that episode because we didn't really feel like it was necessary. But quickly, before we jump into the episode, and this is like, I don't want this to take up a lot of time, but just like, what are your hopes for season 2, especially now after seeing the first episode? Like, it doesn't have to go off of this, but even like before viewing or after viewing, what are your hopes for season 2?
Good question. Yeah, so I rewatched season 1 in anticipation for season 2.
We both did.
Yeah, we both did. I really think my biggest hope is that we expand on the characters that we already have. I don't really need or want new characters. I was very pleased with the Fez episode to start off the new season. That was a character that I definitely wanted to get more into. I want to know more about Lexi. I want to know more about Gia. And I want more on the characters that we already have. I think we need another Nate episode. I think we need another 100%. Rue episode. We need another Jules episode. Like, I don't necessarily want new characters. So that's like a big hope for me. I want loose ends to be tied up, you know, like what was on the tape that Maddie saw. I don't want those things that like we ended the first season with to kind of just like go unaddressed. I'm really just hoping that they maintain the style, like the quick movements, the flow, I guess, like the pacing from the first season. I'd like to see that transfer over to the second one. I liked what Sam Levinson was saying in the like behind the scenes thing, where it's definitely going for like a different feel. Even though people really enjoyed the aesthetic of the first season, I think it's good to be like open to change, but there are certain things about like the pacing and the structure of the show that I hope stays consistent. And I just hope it doesn't get too nuts. Like, I know it's not going to be like Riverdale where there's like a cult, but I don't want it to go completely off the rails. Like, I want it to still have some rooted in reality. Like, please don't have one of these high schoolers murder somebody, you know? Like, I don't want that.
If one of them did, it would be Fez or Nate.
Right.
But Fez would do it for good reasons. And Nate would do it because...
Well, I guess Ashtray did murder somebody, so...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, we'll talk into that.
You go your thoughts.
I echo literally everything that you said about not wanting new characters. I don't care about new people. I don't want this to become a Big Little Lies season 2 thing where we spend so much time with Meryl Streep and Zoe Kravitz's mom in that show. Like, I don't care about them. I want a deeper dive into our characters, especially after watching season 1. I specifically need definitely more on Nate. He is the one character where I feel like I genuinely don't have a grasp on who he is as a person, because everything like contradicts what I think. Like, just when I'm thinking one way on him, then he does something completely opposite. I don't know. He's like, I can't understand him. So I want more on him specifically. I hope that the music is incredible again, because the music in the first season is all so good and the style of it just fits. And I remember the feeling that I got, and I got it again when I was rewatching in the 8th episode when Zendaya's number starts at the end, and that feeling of like being awestruck by that, of being like, they're going there with this. Like, they're really gonna have a musical number in this episode. Not saying that we need musical numbers, but just the fact that they did that. Like, I want that sort of like shock value of being like, they're really doing this and they're doing it so well. Same with that ice skating scene in the 7th episode. Like, things like that aren't necessarily like storylines, but they're included and they're done so artistically well. I want things like that. Yeah, I want healing for Rue. I really do. I just want all the good things. And after the first episode, I want Kat content, and if she is pushed by the wayside in this season, I'm going to be pissed. Because in the preview, we did not really see much of Kat at all, and I will be very, very mad. Because I love Kat. Probably like second behind Rue. She's probably my favorite character. So
yeah, that would be completely horrid if they do that to Kat's character, because that's literally saying like her storyline is complete now that she has a man. Fuck that noise. Please don't do that. I don't think they will. I don't think they're that stupid, but God, do not do that.
At least the thing that I have so much hope for is the fact that I trust Sam Levinson in like from what we've seen, and the fact that Zendaya is an executive producer as well. I also trust her. Yeah. So I feel like the show's in good hands. I feel like I really don't think the season is going to be botched. There are so many shows where it's like you get nervous about them and they are like a letdown, but I really have a good feeling after this first episode that it's not going to be botched.
Yeah, I agree. And I also think the fact that characters like Jules and even like Fezco, the people that are playing these characters are very similar to the character. Maybe not similar, but like
get their character.
They have that like knowledge of the experience that character has gone through. So they're able to provide Sam Levinson with a much rounder like worldview. So it's not just Sam Levinson writing these characters. Like Hunter Schafer is very involved in the creation of Jules's character, which I think is incredibly important. So that also gives me hope.
And the fact that he himself is, like, Rue is a part of himself, I feel like then he'll do Rue justice as well.
Right.
So,
and he's not going to, like, rush her figuring it out, but
no.
I think we have hope that she will because he did as an addict. So.
Yeah. But again, I'm ready to see that journey, especially, and I liked that in the after the episode that he said, right at the beginning here, we're giving Rue everything that she thinks that she needs, and then we'll see how that goes. Because you know it's not going to go well. Like, that's not going to make her happy just because she has what she's always wanted. Because we as people are just never satisfied.
Right.
No matter what.
Yeah, and that's a huge, like, way to make storylines in television is you either put your characters in scenarios that they hate or, give them everything they want or take away the things that they need. So I think that was a very interesting way to start off the season. I feel good about that decision to have Rue and Jules get right back together. No need for fluff and the whole, like, will they, won't they? We know that they will because they're both, like, addicted to each other and needing each other. And
they're very codependent.
I'm glad that it just got right into that.
Standout star?
Standout star of this episode, I am going to say, I think the boy who played Ashtray was very, very good.
Yeah.
I really love him, but I don't know if he's my standout star. I think Jacob Elordi might have to be my standout star for this episode.
Katie said something when we were watching. So Nate Jacobs is just, like, standing in the middle of the party, and she is like, there is something severely wrong with that man. And I turned to her and I'm like, he's literally just standing there. And Katie's like, he has beef wherever he turns in the room. And I was like, that's a great point.
Yeah, it was the part where he's, like, we're in his POV and he's looking around the room and every person he looks at is, like,
wants to kill him.
by this man, or, like, there's something going on.
Yeah.
Like, he just has ruffled feathers everywhere he goes.
Yeah, he really has.
But I think he did such a good job kind of, like, really securing himself as, like, the antagonist of this show in this episode where we got to see, like, that. Each character is like, bro, I don't fuck with you. And, like, even Fez at the end, who, like, is the sweetest person, like, hates him the most.
Yeah.
Because he loves Rue the most.
Yes. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I was thinking about this today, and I'm just like, because part of me wants to say Fez, because it was his episode, and I do feel like he shined. But then also, I love Rue so much that, like, then I want to say Rue. And especially those moments when she was doing drugs in the washing room with that random dude, and, like, her laughing about finding her heart again when she literally almost died. There's something about her, but I do agree that I think Nate did a really good job. And also Cassie, I feel like Cassie's going to go through with this season. And I saw something where they were like, Sydney Sweeney gave the performance of her career in this season. And I'm like, I can't fucking wait.
Yeah, I mean, she also was a standout in this episode. Yeah. They're all so good.
It's hard. And even seeing Maddie again. I like Maddie, like, nothing against her character. It's just like, I feel like I kind of forget about her when I get, like, more focused in on some of the other more prominent ones. But seeing her again in her outfit, I was just like, it's like comforting. Yeah. Like, Maddie hasn't changed, and I love that.
Right. I just am really so drawn to all of them, and Kat and Ethan. It was good to see them still together. And
not that much of Kat, though.
No, not enough Kat. That for sure.
I need more of that. But
get more into it. I mean, we need to be resolved in the cam girl situation. Like, is she still doing that? Who was the dude with the creepy voice?
And is that going to cause a problem then for, like, her and Ethan's relationship?
Right. Dude, I don't know. But yeah, Jacob Elordi really is bringing it. And
he's trying to get that Emmy.
Yeah. I could see it for him. I don't know. Did you have a standout scene?
I don't necessarily even think that it was, like, a scene. It's more like the shots at the end when they did, like, the flashes of light. That was just so cool. I really liked that.
Yeah.
I just thought, like, visually I liked it. I don't think there was necessarily a scene in particular of anyone. I think actually when they were interacting with the girl who's doing heroin, like, there were comedic moments during those scenes.
Faye.
Faye, was that her name?
Yeah. They're, like, literally about to go, like, cover up a body situation. And she's like, hey, I'm Faye.
And then inside, when she like, does it look like I'm wearing a wire? She has like barely any clothes on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I have 2 pieces of cloth.
It was like there were comedic moments there too that I found funny, but I just think visually, I liked the moving photograph kind of shots with the flash. What about you?
I really appreciated the flashbacks that we got of Fez's childhood and his upbringing. I thought, you know, it wasn't too like crazy and out there, but we got like kind of all of our questions answered. It was more just like the things that I was assuming got validated, and it was like, okay, that is what happened.
Yeah. Especially with Ashtray.
Yeah.
I was like, how did he come into the mix?
Right. Like, is that his brother? And then like, yeah, it is, but it's not like blood brothers. The stuff with his grandma is just, it's perfect in like showing why Fez is the way he is. And again, it was like nothing too crazy. Like, I wasn't surprised by any of the flashback stuff that happened, but it was enjoyable to watch. It answered all the questions I had about Fez without lingering too long on the subject and getting us right into back to the present that we actually care about.
Yeah. And glad that we got the mouse stuff resolved like super quick.
That is one of my favorite decisions that they made. And I wonder, I mean, we'll never know this unless we get to interview somebody on the pod. Please let us know.
Manifest.
Options always open. Was that a benefit of having such a long period of time to like think about this?
That they were like, we don't care about mouse anymore. And like, no, they know that no one else is going to.
Right. And like, I would love to see like the evolution of season 2 since the end of season 1.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's just incredibly interesting. But yeah, the decision to kill off Mouse within the first 2 minutes was like probably my favorite thing, like detail about the plot structure in this episode, because he could have easily been another huge antagonist alongside Nate Jacobs that Fez had to deal with. But now it's really just going to be, he's the head drug dealer now, and Nate Jacobs, the one we actually care about, is going to be the central focus. So the decision to do that, and there was and then the decision to get Rue and Jules back together was also
right away.
a big decision that I appreciated.
I'm glad that they did it, because you know that they're going to have ups and downs throughout the season, and you know that they're going to like probably like fight, make up, that I'm glad that we didn't spend like 4 episodes of them making up to then like rush some sort of fight just as they get back together to try to like make a conflict to potentially like end the season on again. Yeah. But I have a feeling like they might end season 2 happy. I don't know. I feel like since they ended season 1 unhappy, like that they might kind of like a Grey's thing where they would go back and forth of like one season Meredith and Derek are like together and happy, the next they're like broken up at the end of it, you know? Yeah, or maybe like somebody's gonna die. I was convinced that someone was gonna die in this episode. I truly thought that someone was gonna be killed off. Yeah. And I mean, Mouse, I guess, but not necessarily like a central character or like someone kind of important. Like I was expecting someone to die. I think also, and I wouldn't be surprised. Sorry to cut you off. No, I was gonna say, I just wouldn't be surprised if someone did die this season. Yeah. I think another decision that was made to like severely like hurt Nate Jacobs within an inch of his life, like to have that confrontation between him and Fez right at the beginning is going to start like a boiling, festering thing, because you know Nate's dad is going to get involved. Yeah. And then is Nate going to want to like get Fez back? Because we've seen Nate beat somebody to this point before. Yeah. And now he kind of like got what he deserved, which I loved. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just very interested to see how everything else goes. And it's going to give the other characters a chance to breathe too, because with Nate out of school and like out of their lives, I'm hoping, then what's the conflict going to be within all of these people that Nate has like affected each of them in different ways. I hope that they realize what a breath of fresh air it is without him around. Yeah. Like truly, I hope they do. Sorry, go ahead. If they all talk about their experiences, like maybe they're gonna start being like, this guy's a bad dude and he's a little fruity. Like all the dudes start talking like, did he ever like ask you where you came when you like had sex with a girl? I feel like it only is going to take one more small thing for MICHAE. Like if he were to find out about the pictures on Nate's phone that were starting to get spread around, like if he were to find out about that, I feel like he would put together the picture, because he was like, Nate, you're being a little sus right now. Yeah. Yeah. Ugh, ew. That whole like interaction just... Oh my god, but he did such a good job in that. He's so fucking creepy. I mean, the actor who plays MICHAE is already a lot shorter than Jacob Elordi, but he made him look so small. Yeah. In that scene when he's like
glaring over him, and now he's gonna be all possessive over Cassie too. Like, you can't own every single person.
No.
Like, he just wants to control everybody.
Well, and he's gonna hold that over Cassie's head. Like, even though he, like, covered for her, kind of, or was, like, get in the shower and, like, didn't say anything, you know that is going to come back, because if it gets out, who's gonna be mad at, like, Maddie's not gonna be pissed at him. She's gonna be pissed at Cassie. Yeah. Like, and McKay, he doesn't give a shit about McKay, honestly, I don't think. No. So I don't think he cares that if McKay finds out that he slept with Cassie. Like, there are a lot of red flags when it comes to him. And I feel like people know that, but I feel like they haven't, like, really fully understood what is up with him. And there's gotta be some look back with Tyler, you know, the dude from the party. Yeah. Like, he's gotta pop back up at some point. Or
he's, like, in jail.
Yeah, but I feel like someone's gotta put that together. And, like, that's gotta come back.
That would be nice. I feel like we got our justice with him getting beat, like, the shit.
Nate?
Kicked out of him, yeah.
Yeah, that was so great. When you and I audibly gasped. And then laughed with Rue's face, because it was like, that's exactly how we all felt watching.
Like, damn.
Yeah. And she kind of smirked. It was like, yeah.
Like, we all knew that would happen.
It's so
one day that was gonna happen to him.
Yeah, it so reminded me of in the first episode when Jules, like, slices into her arm and she's like, I'm invincible! And she's staying at the edge of the kitchen. It so reminded me of that reaction.
I love
so
it.
Good.
But yeah, I don't like how he thinks he can just, like, control all of these women, Jules and Maddie and Cassie, and I wish that they would all band together. I wish Maddie would be like, yeah, that motherfucker choked me out at the carnival. And I wish Jules was like, yeah, his dad fucked me, and then he kissed me against my will and catfished me. And is now blackmailing me.
I love in the first season Rue and Nate's conversation. Yeah. She's like, that Nate's daddy likes to fuck little kids. It's just the way that she says it. I love that interaction. And that was one of the things rewatching season 1 that I'm like, I want more Rue and Nate, because their chemistry in that scene was insane.
Yeah. I agree with you 100% about that I need more scenes with them, because they did just really have that one scene.
Yeah. So good.
Happy New Year, Playboy. Bottle to the head.
I loved that. That was so good.
Yeah, just so.
You knew when he took off his nice sweater. Also, Fez was looking so good in this episode. Yeah. Like, as bad of a person as Nate Jacobs is, it's like I do appreciate looking at Jacob Elordi.
Oh my god.
But I do also really appreciate Fez. And even McKay was looking hot too. Yeah. I did not think in the first season that McKay was that cute. But I think he, like, grew up a little bit, you know, in the 2-year time jump or whatever that they had. And he's looking good too.
Yeah. They all look great.
Also, what an opening scene too. So they really started out with a bang and they left on a bang, because we get this lady, and at first I was like, is that Cassie? Because it's like this blonde haired woman. Like, but then I'm like, that would be weird. I don't know what's going on. And then as we're walking through the strip club, I mean, immediately we're just met with tons of nudity, and we were like, okay, we're really jumping in here. And then when she goes and shoots this guy while he's
in the thighs, getting his dick sucked.
Yeah, and it was still hard.
Dick still hard after you get shot in the thighs. You're a pervert.
Maybe he's just into pain. Maybe he has a pain kink.
Okay, so this was my thought process when we opened with this character that we have no idea who she is. And we're walking into a strip club. I'm like, if one of these motherfucking high schoolers is a stripper, I'm already done with this show. Like, come on, draw a fucking line. Yeah. Please. But no, thank God it wasn't that. And then you immediately see the kid with the freckles, with the black eye. We're like, bitch, we're getting a Fez episode.
Yeah. Right away.
Fuck.
Because that was
our... Don't make us wait.
Yeah, no. We wanted it right away. We want Fez. We want Gia. We want Lexi.
Period.
Thank you.
And we are definitely getting a Lexi.
100%.
The only one I don't know is if we're getting Gia.
Yeah. We did not see Gia.
Not in the first episode.
No, but she was featured in some of the previews.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, really, what an opening sequence. And then just the whole time with the grandma, like, I just really enjoyed Fez's childhood and, like, backstory. And then to start out when they're in the car and Rue is just like rapping in the back seat, and Fez and Ashtray are just so done with it. And again, you were like, why is she always here? But she's alone. She can't be alone.
And they were her ride to New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
I guess the timing of everything I was like confused on at first, because I was like, where are we? But yeah, I caught up eventually. Ashtray, his origin, when it was like his parents gave them to the grandma for collateral because they couldn't afford to pay her for their drugs. Like, what?
the fuck? I didn't fully, like, hear that correctly, so then when you reiterated that...
The women were too shocked.
And also, if I was a drug dealer, I would rather not get paid than be paid with someone's baby.
Literal burden, like a literal $1 million investment.
Yeah.
I like how she treated them like her partners.
Yeah.
And I like how we got to see the little tidbits from her that Fez, like, kept with him going forward.
Yeah.
And how he was, like, treating Lexi and kind of was like, oh, he got that gentlemanly charm from his grandma.
Yeah.
When he, like, respects Ashtray and is like, that's not a kid, that's my partner.
Yeah. Did she raise them in, like, a traditional motherly way? No, but she did raise them as her equals. Yeah. And, you know, respect to the grandma.
That's hard to come by with parents.
And I love that then you see that his relationship with Ashtray and, like, his grandma, and you can just tell, like, in the traditional sense that he never had this traditional blood family growing up, that he, like, really had that regular support system. So it makes total sense then why with Rue, how he's like, she's my family. Like, he's not used to the traditional family structure of being like, my mom, my dad, my 2 brothers, and my sister. Like, it really is. He, even though they're friends, that is, like, his sister. And I love that he always, like, looks out for her and truly wants the best for her. Yeah. No matter what. Like, I really love their friendship. Aria, can I literally help you? Did you lose your hair tie, honey?
Also, the fact that Fez has, like, dark spots in his life because he got hit in the head too many times.
Yeah.
That'd be hard.
Yeah.
Just thought that should be noted because that was another, like, very extreme thing that was just kind of casually brushed over. The get naked scene with Zendaya and how, like, her character reacted to that and how she was like, I'm in high school. Like, I think it's interesting that, like, we should know that we'll probably never see, like, Zendaya naked in this show, which is a good choice, I think, because, again, she was on the Disney Channel.
I don't even necessarily think it, like, because she was on the Disney Channel. I just, not that, like, anyone is above that, but I just think for, like, her and where she's at in her career, I don't think, she's not one of those actors that could be talked into that, or, like, or you're gonna lose this job, because they knew that she was, like, the draw.
I feel like she has drawn the line. Like, she knows she has a younger audience than maybe some of these other actors do.
Or, like, Sydney Sweeney, maybe not as much.
This doesn't even matter. Like, I don't know. This conversation literally doesn't matter because I'm not trying to be like what you said. No one's above it or below it or whatever. And, like, it's not like the actresses who are showing nudity and okay with nudity are any less respectable than Zendaya, but like I like how we have both ends of the spectrum. Like, you get to choose, you get to decide. It's your career, it's your life.
I want to talk quick about one of my favorite plot points that is set up moving forward is the Nate and Cassie hookup. Yes. Because it's gonna be juicy.
And that was unexpected. I did not see that coming.
No, not at all.
Really appreciate it though.
Yeah, because it was like a oh shit moment. And then when Maddie's banging on the door being like, are you pooping at a party? Like, that was funny, balanced then with Cassie literally, like, having a panic attack in the bathroom. Yeah. And I did actually appreciate Nate, like, helping her out instead of being like, you fucking deal with it and, like, walk out. It's, like, the smallest redeeming thing that he's done. Right. But, like, he did handle that situation well. Granted, I'm pretty sure he slept with her to be manipulative in some sort of way.
Yeah. And he snuck out so that he still has, like, a hold over Maddie and Cassie now. Yeah. And then, like, I just wasn't expecting him to make that choice. Like, he's struggling with his sexuality. Like, that's his big thing. But then now he, like, goes and does this. It's like, it makes sense, but also... Yeah. I don't know. He just has his hooks in more people now.
Yeah. And I love then that we had Cassie, like, hiding in the bathtub because that just put, like, another extra, like, edge, but also kind of funny too. Then when, like, Maddie threw the washcloth in there on her, it was like, that's nasty, but also, like, kind of funny.
Yeah. Yeah, I was very anxious anytime we went somewhere else. I was like, Cassie's still
Yeah.
It's like so fun.
And we were like yelling at like, pretend you're passed out. Girl, just pretend to pass out. Because no one would question it. And then she did. And Maddie didn't give a fuck. She was like, I don't care. Let's go out to the dance floor. I did really like that. And I think that's going to be an interesting plot point moving forward. Because you know they're not going to be together. They're not like going to start a relationship based off of it. It's what's going to be the consequences of it.
But we did see in the teaser that like Cassie comes to school dressed up like Maddie.
Yeah, I think she's going to have like an identity crisis.
I think she is. She's going to like try to be for Nate and like...
Do you think it's going to be because of Nate?
I think she's going to try to like get him to be... You know how she was like, I don't think I should be anybody's girlfriend? Mm-hmm. But I feel like something in her brain is going to be like, but you should be his girlfriend.
See, and I feel like that's the exact opposite. I feel like she's going to do what she can to like avoid Nate and like become her own person. Like
I hope.
It'll be interesting to see that.
Her character is somebody I'm like extremely excited to see. I'm obviously excited to see what happens with all of them, but I'm very intrigued by this triangular situation that Nathan has got himself.
Kind of.
Yeah.
McKay.
Yeah, McKay. And then the whole situation with Rue and Jules, and now Fez, what's going to happen with that?
Yeah.
Bring his daddy back into the mix. Like, where's that situation going to go?
Lexi and Fez.
Okay, let's talk about that. We thought that Lexi was a lesbian.
Yeah. No.
Still could be.
No. I don't think I did.
Oh, well.
Because after her and Rue had kissed, and Rue was like, and Lexi said, like, did that feel weird? And Rue was like, no. I took that as being like, Rue likes girls, Lexi does not.
No, she said, is this like incredibly uncomfortable and awkward for you? And Rue said, no. But I think Lexi likes Rue, but that's just the vibe that I got from season 1.
Interesting. I'm excited to see her and Fez. See where that goes. A very unlikely pairing. Like, if you would have said this before the season started of being like Lexi and Fez, I would have been like, no way, that sounds weird. But seeing them together, yes.
Yeah, and I wonder what Fez was thinking, like, putting on the charm with her and asking for her number and flirting with her and stuff, and then going and, like, beating the shit out of Nate and doing something rather scary, you know?
like right in front of her? Yeah.
I would be like, oh, okay, I will not be calling you, like...
But she didn't or, like, shy away from it.
Yeah.
Like, when he did, she was, like, shocked like everyone else, but she wasn't... like horrified.
I think Fez is not one to like bullshit or change for anybody. Like he is who he is, and
you either like it or you don't. He doesn't care either way.
And everybody in the town knows that he's a drug dealer. So like obviously not probably your first go-to, like if you're somebody like Lexi, but so I don't know. It's interesting. I'm interested to see where that goes. I really just want to learn more about Lexi.
Yeah.
There's got to be some underlying stuff with her because she's just kind of like the innocent, perfect one. That's kind of like the...
I feel like she's kind of hid behind Cassie's shadow like her whole life.
Yeah.
Because how Cassie's whole episode was about how from a very young age people were like, oh, you're so beautiful, you're this, you're that, like you're gonna break hearts. And then growing up and seeing like Cassie again, like being the very popular, beautiful girl. And I wonder if that, and then like you see Lexi sitting like awkwardly on the bed. And I feel like that's gonna translate somehow of her always feeling like she was second best.
Yeah.
And then when Cassie's like, I literally don't even like myself, you know, then where does that leave Lexi?
Yeah. Wow. That's a good take.
I'm excited.
So many like avenues that I'm just very excited to explore.
Yeah.
I really would have loved to be a part of that do you believe in God conversation with her and Fez.
Okay, so my question was going to be New Year's Eve, you go to the Euphoria party. Who are you hanging out with that night?
Oh my God. Okay, wait, I did have notes about this.
Because I'm 1,000% hanging out with Lexi and Fez.
No
question.
My thing, I don't hang out with one exclusive group. I bounce around. Even when I was blacked out at New Year's Eve, I was in the bathroom, I was in the kitchen, I was on the couch, I was in the bedroom. Like, I have to be everywhere. If I could make 5 of me at a party so that I could not miss a damn thing, I would. So here's what I would do. I would be bouncing around. I'd be chilling with you guys, smoking on the couch, talking about if I believe in God or not. And then I would go dance with Jules and Kat and be like, well, let's take shots, ladies. And then I would like go talk shit about people with Maddie and Cassie. And I would just be all over the place.
I see that for you.
I'd probably go like sit there while Rue did drugs because I don't really do hard drugs.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd be like, damn, bitch.
Yeah.
Be like, you want me to call 911?
Yeah.
And I probably would.
I'd get scared too. I would call 911.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, I'm not about to sit here while you die.
Yeah, and be an accomplice.
Yup. Yikes.
So yeah, you think Lexi and Fez would be your vibe?
100%, because I don't like dancing, so I wouldn't be up dancing. I would love to take like a shot with Cassie with Kat and Jules. And like when Kat was sitting out by the pool, I'd go sit out by the pool and chat. Or then when Fez and Rue were by the fire, I'd go sit by the fire. But I'm more about like the casual settings where you can like chat with people rather than like being in the thick of the party. So
agreed.
I'd definitely be more on like the outskirts with everyone chilling.
Yeah.
Straight vibes.
I love the drama that all ensues at this party, and it's kind of, I feel like, going to be the catalyst for everything. Like, everything's going to kind of come back to the New Year's Eve party throughout this season. I think we are going to get a more in-depth look at the fight between Lexi and Cassie in Lexi's episode.
Yeah.
That would be a prediction that I have.
I want to know, like, do other people know about Cassie being pregnant and having an abortion? Or, like, is that something that she's trying to keep a secret? Because, like, would that potentially come out? And then, like, that would be something that would be very upsetting to her? Or is that something that, like, is out and she doesn't care about? Like, I'd be interested to see how that'll unfold. And just kind of my last note was I loved that this started, like that this whole episode was just at a party and then it kicked it off because you had everyone back together. There was no finagling of being like, how can we try to figure out how to have everyone together? It's like everyone is thrown into this one house together and there is so many layers to each of these relationships with all these people and so many hidden beefs. Hidden attractions, things like that going on, that just to throw them all together right away at the beginning of the season was great. Like, we don't have to wait for them to all start converging again until the second episode. Like, it's just done right away.
Yeah.
Love.
Yeah. And I really think they, like, set up a good scenario where they can, like, use that as an anchor throughout the season to, like, go back to kind of, like, how the party in the first season was, because that's when Nate and Jules first met, and that's when Maddie hooked up with Tyler, and that's when Jules and Rue first met, and like, so everything kind of, not everything, but a lot of things go back to that night, and it's nice with a show like this that moves so quickly and like kind of not in sequential orders, and we have flashbacks, and like time is very much out of joint. It's nice to have that anchor to be like, oh, okay, like, so the party happened and then that happened. I think there's something going on with Ethan and Kat too. Like, just something about their flash photography moment at the end of the episode. Like, he was looking at her and she was just like kind of looking off. I think something might have been going on with them too at the party that we might like get to see later.
I hope so. We didn't get like anything about Kat, like no substance to really talk about with Kat, which makes me sad. Yeah. I don't want her to get forgotten.
I wonder if, you know, they're going to do all different episodes for different characters. Like this season, you know, I wonder if they don't want to do another Nate episode or another Rue episode.
Do you think
so? Then, like, would Ethan get an episode?
Well, and do you think Nate's dad is going to get an episode?
Potentially.
Because if they don't do doubles, they're going to have, so Fez, Lexi, we're thinking maybe Gia, so then maybe Ethan, maybe Nate's dad, and then the new kid with the apple tattoo. Yeah. That's 7. And then if they did 8, and then the last episode is like a finale episode, you know, where it's just like everyone. Yeah. Not a single focus. I mean, maybe. The kid with the apple tattoo. Like, I don't, like, he was fine in this, but I just don't really care. Like you said, we have so many beloved characters already that I just don't care about new people.
Yeah, and we don't need a new person. Like, no. I'm worried that they're going to have him be the new conflict in Rue and Jules' relationship, but they don't need a new conflict. They have enough to resolve already. So, yeah.
And what about Ali? Like, is he going to come back?
Right.
I'm assuming so. He was at the premiere. So much to be excited for with this season. I can't wait.
I already can't wait for Sunday. And yeah, we'll be back with more Euphoria coverage next week.
Yeah.
Girl boss, gatekeep, gaslight.
Yikes.
All right.
So that's it.
Balsamic vinegar?
My husband.
My husband took away my allowance for the week someday.
So I made him this egg sandwich.
I'm fucking high as shit right now.
Are you really? Tell us. Are you ready to watch The Bachelor with this crusty ass dude? He is so not the vibe.
Brick 3.
Yeah, but the women I'm here for, so.
Girl, me too. Always and forever here for women and women only. And Harry Styles.
Okay, with that, we love you. We're gonna say Harry Potter for a second, and Katie, I fucking hate Harry. Yeah. I hate Harry. And
dude, you have to update me.
I will. I read a few more chapters, I'll update you.
Fuck yes. Okay. I'm excited. This is how all reading should be done. I just want you to read it and then
tell you about it. It's on Spotify. Someone literally read it. So I was listening to a couple chapters today while I was making breakfast and getting ready and stuff. So that way, because it's so long, it's taking me forever. Yeah. And I'm well, I can listen to a couple chapters on audio here and there. So it's literally on Spotify.
I'm literally gonna listen to it on my ride to LA.
Oh, dude, yes! Dude, it'll take you so long to get through. It'll take you that entire drive. A fucking vibe. So maybe I won't tell you anymore.
Perfect. Yeah, maybe don't.
Okay.
Shit. Okay, yeah, I'll see if Karen wants to do that.
Okay.
Anyways.
That's
Lilas,
it.
girlies. We'll see you
Lilas.
next week. Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings.
You look like you belong in Euphoria.
Do I?
Yeah. Still don't know that.
When you forget that you go to Euphoria High.